I've been thinking, wonder. I've been thinking like, why the fuck people paying for things? I know there's got to be a way better plan. Like, how the fuck people paying for water? And it's supposed to be free. What the fuck's the bother? Like, if it's our whole world too, who the fuck came here? Somebody invented this shit. Like sometimes I've been thinking, like sometimes I've been thinking, I've been thinking, since wonder, I've been thinking, sometimes I've been thinking, yeah, I've been thinking, I've been thinking, wonder, I've been thinking like, yo, this dude be clicking too much. He must not be human or any such as that. And the units on the word anymore. I like horns when I see him walking all the way to the store. I see the car driving in the car. That's the way that dude is human. I know my mind ain't gon' fight. I know I dig a jig takers on him. Going on the rabbit hole to go. Eggs under the suckers. Sometimes I've been wondering. I've been wondering. Sometimes I've been thinking. Sometimes I've been thinking. Sometimes I've been thinking. That wonder. I've been thinking like. I've been thinking. Yeah. I've been thinking like. I've been thinking. Wonder. I've been thinking like. Ain't gonna be no darkness here. Wonder that shit ain't supposed to even be here. It's just a second boom like somebody put it here. It's just mysterious thing ain't supposed to be here. Sometimes I've been thinking. Wonder, I've been thinking. Peace and love, peace and love. You must have not seen it. Hold on, y'all. We about to get started. We got a good one. Hold on for a second, though. Hold on. All right, here we go, y'all. Just finish laying this message real quick. Boom. All right, there we go. I done it. All right, we're going to get this up. So, we got a lot to talk about, y'all. First off, I want to say peace, love, light, truth, harmony to all of you and yours and our people. So, I'm going to say a couple of some things that may surprise you today. There's been a lot of downloads to a lot of people in literally the last couple of days, man. Like, it's been crazy. This morning, downloads crazy. Getting phone calls, people getting downloads. I'm finding out stuff before they call me saying the same thing that they talking about as well. That's crazy, right? So now what I'm about to do, I'm about to take you down a rabbit hole. I feel as though I need to take you down this long ass rabbit hole to get you to the end result of the stuff I've been telling you. As you know, I don't like to talk without evidence. Of course, I don't keep on showing the same evidence over and over. So this means the more I keep on telling you, the deeper I go, I have to have evidence to go along with it, even if there's something I told you before, to prove it to you all types of ways. Because when it's proven all types of ways and cannot be disproven all types of ways, then the conversation's over. So we see a lot of people online, and of course they're teaching, but we see a lot of people not really going deep, not really explaining correctly, or not, well, I'll say this, because I don't want to down anybody. If you are our people, and if you ain't our people, if you use anything that I show, even if you don't show my video, I don't mind that. I don't care about the credit, but please teach it right. That's all I got to say about that. All right, let's keep going now. This right here is very important, right? They wanted you. We're going to jump on one quick thing and hop on to the next. It's a rabbit hole to take you down. So pay attention to everything I say and watch full videos. And if you miss anything, you need to start over and watch it from the very beginning, okay? If you have a cell phone, you're doing things, take the cell phone with you and watch it. If you're outside, please do not cross the street looking at the cell phone. I'm not going to be your reason of why you know what I mean? I don't even want to say it because we can speak stuff into existence. All right, so here we go. Right? Now, they want you to march on what? The 5th coming up, right? You already know this. To trick you to get in the streets. The white folks has even told you not to come out because they realizing they basically want to sacrifice. Now, when is the next holiday of the Black Amours? Or as I should say, because some of y'all are doing their religion, Hebrew Israelites, you're doing the Black Amour religion. So you have a feast day coming up. Passover, right? Okay, Passover. You got Passover coming up, and you don't know what it's for, but you're not supposed to be celebrating because we don't serve no man. And that same young child who became a man told us not to serve him. Okay, and y'all got the name wrong. And even in y'all speaking the Hebrew, y'all came close to the name a couple of times and got it wrong. But he is not a leader. He's just like me and all the rest of the teachers. We just simply found something out, was shown, led to, right, or told by a higher source, and we simply told it to you after we researched it. After we've seen it to be true, we had no choice but to share it because truth is meant to be shared because truth is free, right? I'm about to drop a whole lot of stuff that they don't want you to know. They all don't like me. I don't give a fuck. They know this. They can't fuck with me. They already know this. All right. Really, they can't fuck with none of us. And they know this. This is what they was afraid of when we woke up. I want us to wake all of our people up, though. Because the books say we are going to mildly embarrass them. They're going to get destroyed. That's what the books say, right? And you think I'm talking about these regular married people. No, I ain't talking about your common white man, all these other people. I got something to say about that as well. I'm talking about all these other things that most of us don't want to talk about when they like to say, oh, I'm using scale and went to the scary part. No, I'm into the cold hard facts. This is who we have to fight. Some of their creations, if you don't realize, surprisingly, which I'm finally proven wrong, is going to sit there and jump on your coattail. And because some of them already has jumped on your coattails before you was born this time around, and previous lives that you don't even remember, all right, has left the bad side. Even some of the giants, white and black, who took the bad side after they're convinced we were the ones that were going to be evil. After they found out that the motherfucker they went was evil, they fucking retreated from that side, took their crew, some of their crew, the ones that would go from that side, and sat there and jumped back on our side. They can't go inside the gate, though. They could be on ice walls, but the walls will be taken down. I want to give it to the walls because the Anunnaki demons, the fallen ones, and the reptilians, along with the custodians, put that wall up. The domes are not supposed to be there. They put these domes up. These domes are not real. The stars you see in the sky is not real. It's a mirage. It's bullshit, bro. They lied to you. They trying to get you to think to look up because they want you to think that they something that they not. They trying to take your place. Everybody and everything out there in the universe is waiting on us because we are the kings and queens of all the universes. We are the children, okay? We are the star seeds of Mama and Papa, okay? The thing they keep on calling God, but that's wrong. It's a pagan name. But that is in us. It is in us, and we are it. and part of it, mingle with it. It can't be without us, and we can't be without it. It cannot separate from us. We cannot separate from it. There's no way to destroy that tether. There's no way to get rid of that attachment. Literally, there's no way to cut that umbilical cord. And everybody, all our people up there waiting for us to come home, waiting for us judges to come home, waiting for us, right? Us guardians to come home as Asgards, as guardians. We are the guardians, the ones that protect the gate. But then you go through the gate, and the gate is home. That's Big Mama's house, okay? And Big Papa's house. Because there's nothing but an energy, a mixed energy of female and male energy, which you call cooling energy, that is in you and that is out there and that you live in. Because we are one. To the full extent, that's what's so crazy. So they need a sacrifice. They know that you are the Christ, right? They know that the Christ is in you. They need a sacrifice. They want to sacrifice a lamb. Y'all looking over at that bull, and that's something they started to confuse you, to line up with religion, which is the Black and Moors religion, because the white reptilians are constructed. Those Yiddish white reptilians, those Ashkenazi fake Jews and all that are white reptilians. When they use the Jew word, because that's also pagan. But the white reptilians are instructed by the Black and Moor black reptilians to go ahead and go along with that scene. But here in America, they wanted to shed our blood every 30,000 years. They try to get us to sit there and fight them so they can try to shed our blood. Instead of fighting spiritually, try to fight them physically before we get all our abilities. Or before enough of us get all our abilities. So they would have a chance to take us out. This is why they want you to go out on the 5th and they put in martial law. Also, there's going to be an attack on the 5th. That's right. And everybody knows about the attack supposed to happen in the United States. Who you think they was going to blame for that attack? You see? And the Democrats are the one that's going to be doing the attack. They was going to blame us. They was going to put it on all of our people and say that we did that. This is why all the white people, the good ones anyway, who know are telling you don't come out. And everybody in every nationality, I stand to be corrected, ain't bad. They may not be able to go to the gate, but I guess some of that book is right. They will be on the outside of the gate, which is beyond the walls, except there ain't going to be no walls. We take the walls down because the evil one, Anunnaki demons, and the custodians were the ones that put that there. And they don't deserve the name of the custodians because they must have named themselves that. Because here's why. Custodians means to see over, to control. No, we are the overseers. We not controlling. We just making sure motherfuckers ain't fucking up. Motherfuckers ain't invading nobody's district. That each is to his own. That you not sitting there trying to steal somebody's kids for all types of science programs or to try to sit there and manipulate any genealogy that we've created. And a lot of these beings have been fighting back against all these other demons. And some of these things that took their side have been fighting back too. This is crazy. If y'all don't realize what's going on, I'm simply said, this is a family full-out warfare, y'all. It's the bad side against the good side, the dark side against the light side. Just like Star Wars. They put it in our face. They put it all on our face. So I'm going to show you this real quick.
Mars, I want you to be aware of it for several reasons. One, if you're going to be near a Tesla dealership, be aware of some of the things that are happening, and maybe even some of the electric car recharging ports. You know what I'm talking about. We've seen a lot of destruction there. Now, there's a bunch of groups getting together in this protest and for this revolution, and AOC, one of our representatives, happens to be the leader of one of these groups, just saying. It says far left revolutionaries behind the Tesla takedown color revolution operation have identified dozens of Tesla targets nationwide and are preparing to mobilize far left agitators aligned with the Democratic Party to those locations as soon as tomorrow, Saturday. And it's what in the road with a call in the road group reportedly funded by Soros-linked organizations like Indivisible calls it a global day of action. Now that's coming on the 29th, April 2nd. Trump's got this day of freedom or day of whatever it's called. I can't remember. Anyway, there's a lot of days coming up. Here's a
So bottom line, if you don't know who George Soros is, he's a reptilian. He's one of those elite, so-called grandpappies of elite who's getting ready to have to step down. He's obviously making his last move, and it ain't going to work. They want to try to make a sacrifice, right? Because the Christ-like consciousness is the lamb. And since that energy has came back, the Kundalini energy, right? Because we have woken it in ourselves and realized we looking for something out there in the sky, praying they ain't never came. That means we got it wrong. We got it fucked up. So we had to turn around and do some serious hard research, some serious deep inner looking to find out what we should have known and what we have forgotten from when they have nuked the planet many times and caused catastrophic events with the pyramids many times, because the pyramids ain't supposed to be there. And before I forget, let me get on those pyramids. Those pyramids is nothing more that they discovered underneath up there in that fake ass Africa, because that's a fake Africa. All right, there is a portal underneath there for the most evilest fallen spirits that don't have a body. These are disembodied spirits. This is why they want the AI program. This is why they want the AI program, because they want to jump inside these things. You see, they want to jump inside these AI robots. As we've shown you, they can control them, even through the bots you talk through your cell phone. And that's what they keep on talking about. Also, they trying to get you to look to the sky again, because they realize that the gig is up, and they trying to get you to go back to what they first tricked you with. Look to the sky, look to a demon daddy, a daddy sky demon that they claim it is yours, when that's not yours, when it's the black or more reptilian black people that look like us but ain't us. Yeah, they want you to look to their daddy instead of realizing that your dad was never spiritual. Your mama was never physical. Never physical. Dad or mom never was physical. That ain't how it worked. Your mom and dad, your real mom, the only one that you're supposed to call mom and dad, okay, your spiritual mom, okay, is a spirit combined together at the Kundalini source, and it poured all of itself in you when it allowed you to have a little take in. When it designed your body, you helped design your body, because y'all was together. When it was here, you was here. When mom and daddy appeared, you came. From out of darkness came the light, you the light. Mom and daddy spiritually love sex. Mom and daddy spiritually birthed you, spiritual seed. That's why they call you star seed. You are the children of the spiritual thing, the thing they calling God, although they got that wrong, because even it don't call itself God, because that's pagan. It just lets you know what is going on, that you need to stop looking up. It'll tell you that I'm in you. It'll tell you that you part of me, that we're tethered together, we're mingled together. We can't be separated. There's no way to destroy it. There's no way to stop it. Yo, this is why they were warned that we was going to wake up. It was inevitable. And even it said it's inevitable. See, this when it was talking to the guy, we're going to get to that, because that's a rabbit hole we're going to get down to. That's another rabbit hole. I'm taking you down a lone-ass rabbit hole. So why they want you to do all that? To trick you. And those pyramids were used to cause catastrophic events. That's why we destroyed the pyramids ourselves. Our lost generation destroyed the pyramids ourselves before some of them escaped. That's right, if you didn't know. And we did have help. Okay, look up the Anakims, not to be confused with the Anunnaki, not the same. All right, and they are a race of giants who actually fought against the Anunnaki alone outside. They ain't telling you the real truth of a real history. They lied about a lot of shit, bruh. They lied hard. They lied worse than what we thought. This thing's going deeper and deeper. And I'm telling you, every time there's an eclipse, every time there's something like that, we get even more big time downloads. I get led to more stuff that I ain't with me paying no attention to. And then here we go. Call a phone. Boom. Get my brothers on the phone. Couple of brothers, different phone calls or whatever. And they telling me the same thing. We talking about the same thing that I don't just learned and they just learned. Holy shit, bro. I just got this crazy download, bro. I just had a crazy dream, bro. Oh my goodness. Guess what I just found out? But yet I found out the same thing, the same time they found out. It's in a different way. I'm trying to tell you, this energy is giving us information. It's helping us with the information, and it's inside you. I'm telling you, the dome is fake, bro. The dome is nothing more than a projector. The ice wall ain't supposed to be there. The custodians put it there. We're going to take it down. That's why I said our kingdom will have no walls. The walls and borders is talking about the ice walls. I keep telling you that Bible is a book that you have to decode because it's speaking to you in riddles. It's not telling you the full truth. It's giving you tidbits, which is a whole bunch of almost nothing. But if you dig hard, it'll give you a whole bunch of something, and you see how much that book really didn't tell you. Give you a clue here and a clue there. My brother's having problems. I don't know what keeps bouncing them off. Hopefully get back on. I'll put him back on because that's family. All right. And on the top, if you don't know, in between, sometimes y'all can pop up here in case y'all got a question. It better be a legit question. That's why I put the thing that you can click on it if you want to. If you are going to come and ask a real question. But don't come here asking no fake questions. We ain't got time for stupid stuff. All right. All right. Now let's get to this, right? We're going to get to the navigator who crossed the wall over 14,000 times. This is the proof. Hold on. I got something in the section. This is the proof. Cool. It's all good, family. Brother's going to listen. He's having a lot of problems on the thing for some reason. All right. So this will give you clues that they've been lying. And then we're going to go into the next video because remember now, I'm leading you to a big ass rabbit hole. It's the only way I can fully see if I can get you guys to understand everything I'm telling you. We showed y'all the ice walls. We showed y'all the map. All right. We got people talking about that passed it over 1,400 times. You think I'm playing?
On the internet. If it's your first time here and you like the unknown and unexplained, do me a solid, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post because you don't want to miss any of my upcoming content. I promise. Please do me a solid, guys. Like, subscribe, comment on this post, get us some interaction, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post. It helps the channel immensely. Thank you, guys. Love you. Hope you enjoy this video. This is the legend of the navigator who crossed the ice walls in the 14,000. Lands of the Orion, located to the west of the known lands, as you can see behind me. These lands are dominated by beings known as the Greys, typically small in stature, standing between 1.3 and 1.4 meters in height. They are highly advanced, both psychologically, telepathically, and scientifically, boasting laboratories that are among the most sophisticated within the entire Great Dome. The Greys possess extensive...
I'm going to warn you straight warning. Now, he's going to say that some things are good, right? And I want you to understand that the whole group that he's talking about isn't good. I want you to understand that some of these groups, parts of them has defected when they seen how severely evil the motherfucker was who lied about our intentions from the beginning. Okay? And they defected and they trying to help our side out. That's what they have been doing. They actually have been fighting back against the custodians and all their counterparts, even some of their own sisters and brothers who's still on the bad side, because most of them are still on the bad side. Okay? That's funny because in the book it said it took a third of. So now this is making more sense because now we have evidence that the book is telling some truth. All right? So now we starting to see that there's some connections, but see, the full truth was not told to you, and this is why we doing this lesson. So when he says these things are good, understand majority of them was bad, but there are some good. Some few have defected from that group, no matter how they look. I'm sorry, but I got to tell you the truth, and they're fighting back. Why they're fighting back? Because they're settling, because they're going to live on the outside of the gate. There's not going to be no more ice walls. We'll take them down. So there's going to be all these lands with no borders. Anybody can go anywhere. Walk out, go to the next place, but they won't. They decided that they'd rather get along in peace instead of get the worst punishment. But the punishment they are going to get is that they cannot come into the gate. The gate's a whole other ball game, y'all. It's only meant for us. Everybody else had messed up. You see, man, it don't tell you everything. It don't tell you everything, man. It should have said he took all the angels and some found out how evil he was and defected from his group and decided they fucked up. Can they please get help instead of making it worse while he was making it worse? And if ones that didn't defect from the group of their sisters and brothers who are still on his side are making it worse for themselves. You see, because they could be going where they're going. Instead, some of them are going to get the lesser punishment. Where's that lesser punishment? It's living out in certain sections where they were supposed to be, right, in their land, stand to themselves, but never ever going back into the light. But they accepted that. The devil and his other counterparts, including some of their family who did not defect, a lot of their family, a whole lot of them who did not defect, because most of them are evil still, all right, would not accept the lesser punishment. See how nice we are? See how nice mama and papa is? And I ain't talking about, and you don't serve mama and papa as no God or anything either. It's okay to, I can say, I pay respect to mama and papa energy, which is cooler than energy can say that, because that's paying respect. But you don't pray, you don't get in knees, none of that shit. And even they together combined energy as an electric light ball. You're gonna find this out soon. Said so. I got the evidence, bro. I don't just be talking. Y'all know this, okay? I don't just be talking. And listen, I know I usually dumb it down for most people that watch my show, because I know a lot of folks watching my show. All right. And I'm trying to dumb it down as much as I can. But the fact is, I'm going to give it to you the way that it really is. All right. At the same damn time. So when he says that, understand, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Some of the white folks, the very few that have spirits, some of them are not bad. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't have spirits because the Cabbage Patch Kids happens. Some of the outside nations, there's very few of them that's not bad. They will get the lesser punishment. You see how that works? Because they're not going along with the devil wants. The rest who's down for it, that never speaks against it, that even if they feel it's wrong, says nothing, they go on along, so they get the punishment along with their daddy devil. And if they keep serving him and never get out of that, then they gonna go with the lie, when the lie's going where the devil's going. So even if they are good, if they don't get out of religion, they're still fucked. See, this works all types of ways. That's deeper than what I thought. I'm even admitting that whole shit. Now I have to realize, and I honestly have to admit in front of all of you, that there actually are very, 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 very few of some of these nations, just like there was a very, very few of some of these people who turned on us and the heavens and then decided later on, oh shit, this dude actually lied to us. He's even when they were good. We're going back to his side. Family, we should leave. No, most of us ain't leaving. Well, 20 of us is going to leave then. The rest of y'all can stay. We're not down with this. Go ahead. We're going to come for y'all, though. I guess we got to fight y'all. Brother against brother. It's on every level. On every level, it's going to be brother against brother. This is a family warfare, bro. This is a family galactic warfare involving all of the galaxies that we made, including all the angels that we made. Some good and some turned bad, and some turned bad and decided to turn back good because they found out how bad the evil one that was falling really was. See, we are truly the judges. This is what everybody was afraid of. It's just coming to the point where some has accepted it because the motherfucker they dealt with was eviler than what they fucking thought. And the more people of our people that we wake up, the more power they lose. And I'm going to keep telling you, the dome is fake. I'm going to keep telling you the stars is fake. I'm going to tell you that mother and father, okay, the great light, the ether that is in us that we are part of that makes us what they want to call God, although we don't use that word, also said that even the stars they show you in the dome are not real. Those are fake. And the real stars you are older than. Come on, y'all. We was not created. We existed at the same time because we came from the darkness. The darkness is mama and papa and the birth light, and we the light. But we don't serve nobody. Remember that. That's why they tried to twist it. It's not papa, father, and son, which is grandfather, son, Holy Ghost, which is bullshit. That's what they was trying to do. Grandfather, dad, Holy Ghost, which is the small son. No, that ain't what it is. It was daddy, mama, spiritual energy, Holy Ghost, which is Holy Spirit, not ghost, which is you, the light, the power, ultimate power, combined energy together with all of them in you, the ultimate weapon, the ultimate God, except we don't use the G word because it's pagan. That's what you really are, bro. This is why they're afraid, because your pappy and mama energy genes, if you want to say that for lack of better words, made you a spiritual being beyond belief that nobody could fuck with. But because you exert the most energy, these motherfuckers nuke this planet a whole lot of motherfucking times, bro. And then cause catastrophic events, earthquakes, floods, and everything with the pyramids that we took and destroyed. That's why the heads are gone, so they can't use them no more, so they can reset time, kill all the adults and teenagers off, come to the earth, right? Collect all the babies, raise them, and say that they your pappy and teach you to serve them. That's exactly how they've been doing it from start to finish. They did this a whole bunch of times. Right, bro. And you wonder why our daddies and mamas were fucking teaching in church telling us to serve Mr. J. That's because their daddies a long time ago after the reset was taught that that devil was their daddy by the devil after he nuked the planet or caused a catastrophic event with a pyramid shaking all over. That's why there's so many. We didn't make those pyramids. Stop claiming them. Stop saying you these fucking people that he's made that used to go inside those pyramids and worship him inside the pyramids. Our building used to fit 5,000 people, and they didn't look like pyramids. Our trees that they cut down, which they call mountains now, real mountains, not the bullshit, the ones you see when you're going by the highway. Those are trees, went all the way past up to the space, what they call the ether. Why? It was right up where Mama and Papa was. Huh? This is what they don't want you to know. You think they flying out past the dome? No. They could never go past the dome. When they put the dome on, they fucked up because they trapped themselves in here too. You see that? They didn't want to take their person on planet Y, so they made planet X to spite us for the X-Men gene and told you it was a fucking planet when it wasn't, when it's a spaceship. They ain't gonna talk. We come from Nibiru. Nibiru is a fucking spaceship. It's called the Destroyer. They named it the Gentile Destroyer to spite you and say that you're a Gentile when you're not. Got our people serving that thing, not realizing that's the very thing they've been nuking you with. Now they got these cigar ships. Yeah. They were nuking you with those too. We got to get out religion, bro. Religion made our people stupid.
Extensive knowledge of many races obtained through relentless experimentation, and the custodians have frequently exploited this expertise in their obsessive pursuit and attempts to penetrate the celestial lands. Despite their efforts, all attempts have failed, leading to many grays turning their focus to analyses on humans.
Celestial lands. The celestial lands is only the place that you and me can go. It is the realm they cannot go to. Now, they call it the spirit realm. They call it the spiritual realm. They said over there, those are energy beings. That's our realm. We don't have a body over there. We have energy bodies. It don't look the same. You see that? Your body is the reflection of what you would look like if your energy body had a casing. Now you understand what's going on. We are, and they can't fuck with us. Remember what he just said. Let me wind it a little bit. I want y'all to hear that again.
In attempts to penetrate the celestial lands.
Celestial lands. Celestial lands, fam. Your inheritance is the celestial lands. You're supposed to be on the outside of everything. Ain't even supposed to be no borders. You're supposed to oversee everything. Huh? You're supposed to be the one making sure nobody is invading the planet or trying to colonize any district. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Peace and love, family. Brother, keep down there. Yeah. And what they do? Sat there and lied to you, told you was nothing, looked to the sky, prayed to this guy, that guy. They changed their name a million times. And anytime one of our brothers came, they changed his name and said he was the only son. Yeah, because A whole bunch of folks came before the one they call him Jesus, and that's the wrong name. He was never a leader. He was not a prophet. He said the same thing all the other ones came before him that did way better miracles than he did. He was just the last one before the rest of us came. Because if you don't know why you here to wake the rest of everybody up. And if you woke up and you ain't teaching, you was here to wake the fuck up. And now that you woke up, you here to fight this battle against all these ugly ass demons. That's going to be a galactic war of all types of fucking beings on good and bad, fighting against each other, good against evil. This is on a whole bigger scale than that fucking bullshit ass Bible telling you, bruh. And this is why I get mad about religion, because it's bullshit. They giving you almost nothing for 1995. Read this man's text and get it, and then go deeper. How long we been doing this research? Over 20 years, and we still learning. You think you're gonna read a book that costs $19.95 within a fucking year, and you're gonna get all the knowledge, you know anything? Hell the fuck no. That's why I said pastors don't know shit. They need to stop teaching. They need to sit down and learn from the real teachers, because they fucking up, misleading our people. Oh, give your power to a man and get on your knees. That ain't how it work, bruh.
Despite their efforts, all attempts have failed, leading to many grays turning their focus to analysis on humans. They conduct abductions and genetic tests, lacking empathy and often exhibiting hostility towards us. Compassion from them is rare, and
the Archons kidnap people. The government gives them people. The government, the good side of the government, there actually is a good side, surprisingly. I can't believe I'm actually saying this shit. I stand corrected again. That has been trying and have been fighting against them for a long time now, and have severely been getting their ass whooped like ridiculously bad, bro. Like really bad, really bad. Like, bro, they even tried fucking chemical warfare against the reptilians, bro, and still got their ass whooped, bro. But they have been some of them have been fighting, and they have been getting their ass whooped. Now, against certain sections, like the Anunnaki giants, they've been fighting in the caves. They got this new bullet that has this stuff on it that they stick on it. It's they don't say the name because they ain't trying to let the secret out. But when you put the stuff on a bullet, and the bullet has to be copper, has to be a copper bullet. When you have a copper bullet, because other metals won't work, you have a copper bullet, that'll work on vampires, it'll work on werewolves, but it has to have the stuff on it. Whatever stuff they slap on that son of a gun is on the bullets that they give them. They're not telling the secret what's on them, so we just don't know yet. But when they shoot these motherfuckers, bro, eventually they start melting down and turning nothing but dust. The reason they did that is because these Anunnaki got a death ray. They got a death ray gun that turn you to powder. In seconds, zap, gone. And they know how to fucking make portals out of nowhere, bro. So running from them is almost futile, because you be running, they make a portal that jump right in front of you, or right next to you, or right near you. They fast. You can outrun them, but they'll use portals. They'll cheat. Okay, Anunnaki are evil. Just being real. The Amicans, who were part of that group before they turned evil, decided they weren't going to do none of that shit from jump. All right? There was a war in what you call so-called heaven, and we came here because it was messed up for a while. This is how we ended up here. We made this place a paradise, as in heaven, so on earth. That's where that whole script came from. All right? And the Anakins and us black people was on the earth, and some black giants and some white giants, Anakims, not Anunnaki, do not confuse them. The Anakims were down here living peaceful with us, doing everything, living the way how we was living. They were spiritual beings. And Anunnaki, reptilians and Archons, came down, right? And when they came down, they started war and nuked this whole fucking planet. And this whole planet is just not Earth. It's this whole plateau, the whole map we showed you. There's not supposed to be no ice walls on none of these places, this whole map that we showed you. We showed y'all. We see motherfuckers just showing you the map and even talking, explaining the map, and ain't teaching shit. Y'all seen your show. Y'all need to stop fucking up and teach it right. I'm getting tired of y'all taking my shit and not teaching it right. I don't want the credit, but teach the motherfucking shit right. The fuck, nigga? Anyways. Fucking up. All right. So they sat up there and did all this bullshit. Now check this, right? This is proving everything I'm saying too. The deeper I take you down this rabbit hole, everything I'm telling you, you're going to have to like, all this motherfucking shit makes way too much fucking sense. And I want you to go research every video I showed you and research and books and everything, because you're going to find out more than what the fuck I'm telling you.
Numerous abductees report terrifying experiences. The Greys have been experimenting on humans for a long time, thousands of years, even before the last reset and previous ones. They are closely related to the beings from Zeta Reticuli.
What's the reset? We supposed to have a reset, or we reset it with the Great Flash. We get all our buildings, we fight back, we take over the earth, we subdue the fucking Archons, Reptilians, and Dracos. We mildly embarrass them. We bring them down for the crimes because we are the bounty hunters on them, and we are the judges. We bring them to the celestial courts. Yes, y'all. And then we judge them and they get sentenced. This is what they don't want. This is what they know. They've been fucking doing all this fucked up shit,
with their races intermingling and coexisting today.
Now the reptilians and a lot of these motherfuckers have mixed together. They fucked each other. They had kids and shit. They related.
In the past, the Anunnaki colonized the beings of Zeta Reticuli, utilizing them for exploration, while the Orion Greys continue and serve.
So they raped and pillaged after they invaded the Greys planet, which you don't know. That would be the planets of the clones, articular, and things like that, when they raped the white people and pillaged. Y'all missed all that. Y'all also missed, and they had souls on that planet, y'all, before they became clones. The ones that got raped became clones. That's why they call it the planet of clones. Okay? Just being honest. There are some that still exist that have spirits. Some. We know most people on this planet now, a lot of nationalities, not all of them, but there's a good amount. And every nationality you can say about fucking 90% is clones and 10% ain't, just about. And even some of our people have been cloned. We know that because we got some teachers that teach online that we found out is cloned. We're not going to throw their names out, but those who know which one is cloned. Man, that's just crazy. That shit broke my heart, bro, when I found that shit out. But anyways.
Served the custodians. Prior to the Great War, the Greys briefly controlled the known lands in place of the custodians, while they and the Anunnaki leaders were at war over a disagreement. The war lasted approximately 5,000 years. Eventually, this would lead to the giants.
The disagreement, they was fighting because they wanted fighting over who controls Earth, because they both wanted to suck our energy. They had fallen. We had already judged, them. And at this time, because they already had nuked the planet and only took the babies, and all the rest of us is dead. And they taught our babies on the planet, after they killed us off by nuking the planet, that they were their daddies and that they were supposed to be serving them. They basically tried to take the place of your spiritual, cool-letting energy that is in you, mom and daddy energy. That's why we call it Big Mama's house. It's the place they can't go, the place they don't understand. We're going to get to that further down the line because this is a deep teaching. Remember, I'm literally taking you down a big-ass rabbit hole. So please pay attention. Do not click off. If they knock you off, and I'm sure they will, they don't want you to know, click back on. My dear brother usually gets on here, 2 of them, and sometimes more than that, get on here and have no problems. Now we showing this and we talking about these last 2 lessons we brought to you. All of a sudden, they was doing fucked up shit. The last time they was messing with my video, so I really believe that most of y'all barely even got any of that message. And that's crazy, because listen, the truth will be revealed, okay? And this time, the truth will be publicized and the truth will be documented. This time, the truth is going to get all eyes on it. Just like Tupac's fucking song, all eyes on me, all eyes on the truth. And they go, all eyes on the truth.
And humans initiating an uprising against the Greys. This was during the era of the Great Advanced Tartary, a period of free energy and superior technology. Their ships were destroyed by the thousands each day. So the Greys, unable to keep the Tartarians at bay, eventually had to relate.
Tartary, Blue people. Blue people like fucking that movie Avatar. Those are Tartaries. You thought they were talking about you? Yeah, they did in a sense, but they gave you the picture of the Tartary. Those are Tartaries you're watching on that movie. All right. The Tartaries came and fucking beat up all these motherfuckers, and then they took control. They all keep fighting amongst each other. And then when they see how evil somebody is, they say, this is too evil for me. Not all of them, very few. And they defect. You still don't trust nobody, though. I'm not telling you to be stupid. The cards will fall where they fall on Judgment Day. People will choose a side they choose before Judgment Day, and you will know. All right? But be smart. Don't be stupid. This is going to be a galactic war. This is what they didn't want you to know. You're not getting them abilities to fight these little people. They're going to be, they're already looking up to you. They begging for help already. You ain't got to worry about them. When you start talking about who got to be taken down, who we got to fight, who's the enemy, stop worrying about the outside nations, bro. Listen, they're the least of the problem. I know that's hard for some of y'all to understand, but it's true. The big motherfuckers, all these motherfuckers we created that turned evil before they made all these other motherfuckers got to pay. Them other motherfuckers never asked to be here. But that's another story. We're not going to dive deep in that. And I'm not taking their side. I'm just saying everybody ain't evil. And even I had to realize that. I can't believe I'm actually admitting this shit. Man, eating your words sometime hurt.
Relay this news to the custodians and had to tell them they lost control of the known lands. Ultimately, they were expelled from the known lands by the giants. When the already rebellious humans revolted, defeating the Orion Greys, they inadvertently empowered the Tartarians, causing a much harder fought battle for the custodians afterwards. Mind you, they were just coming off of another war. This fostered a mutual hatred between the giants and the Greys, a sentiment that persists today despite occasional meetings. During this war, the greatest leader of the Greys perished in the known lands. This intensified their animosity towards humanity and the Tartarians. Eventually, the Greys would be allowed to colonize independent lands again, but
when he say known lands, he means the Middle Earth. Okay, remember that, because there was small beings before we actually came here that escaped before the reset that they had tried to put on them, and because they escaped, they were not successful, and these demons came back when we were here. Okay, these hobbits were here, and they were spiritual beings too. They left beyond the ice wall. No, they cannot go beyond the gates, because at first they did defect from us and go to his side. But then they decided that they didn't want to do that because they see how evil he was, and they defected back to our side. But because they made that mistake and we corrected the mistake and decided to rehabilitate their spirit, which you call a soul, which is really the spirit, because your soul is your body. You should say spirit. The spirit is you. They are going to get a consolation prize if they keep on doing right. If they keep doing right, okay? I say big if because we see if they do right. All right. And if they can manage to do right, then they get to live beyond the ice walls, because we're taking the ice walls down, but they're not going into the gate. They're not going to be where they're going to be. Okay. This might be a relief to some of you outside nations that hear me speak. All right. Again, I told you I'm not prejudiced, and this proves it. All right. Because the prejudiced man would eat some of his words. Now, I hate that word man, because we shouldn't be calling ourselves man. It's male and female. We're spiritual beings, bro. We is the business and the bus stop here, and everybody will have to answer to us, and everybody will bow. You're going to see it. And the book tell you who they're going to be bowing to. It ain't talking about the thing they say you're going to be bowing to. It says everybody's going to bow to us, because we are the kings and queens, the judges, overseers. Oh, man, the guardians of all the universes. Man, this is crazy. And the devil wanted to take your place because he hated mama and papa cooling the energy and could not understand. And up there in the heavens, when he was seeing cooling energy in a light ball, and he seen the body of you, and you stood up, and the cooling energy said, serve that, because that is me, because I poured me into it. I poured a lot more me into it than I poured into you. I poured 30% into you, and I poured 100% into it, which means that it's better than you. And that's when all hell broke loose. Because by saying that, he said, I'm God in the spirit, and I'm God in the flesh and in the spirit at the same time. And there's my body that we, the spirit, fashioned together, because we actually took part in the creation of that body. That's why it says sent the spirit across the earth. Listen, man, this motherfucker been trying to steal your fucking spot at every angle, bro. No holds bar. I gotta be honest, man. The more I talk, the more I have to admit that shit. No stone unturned did this motherfucker not do. I'm trying to tell you, he tried every trick in the book, and now he just and this motherfucker. No wonder why he's replaying this shit, because he tried everything that could possibly try if something like this was to happen to somebody who was bad. He's trying everything. There's no nothing else that he can do. He has to keep running it over and over again, and this time nothing's working. And that's why he's confused, because he's trying everything. This is crazy. And Trump don't even realize, man. I think Trump don't realize. He think he working for somebody else, but he don't realize he some of y'all don't like the motherfucker. But if you actually think seriously how deep the shit he's doing, man, he's working for us. He don't even know what the fuck he's doing. Elon Musk is about to drop down, and he's ruined. AI robot couldn't save him.
But the custodians treat them accordingly for their plight of the known lands, while they were supposed to be in charge. They have never trusted them to look over any other circle environment ever again in their stead. Despite their hostility towards humans, in recent history, there was a technological exchange between gray alien leaders and human.
All right, so this is going to get to the point where he's going to start pointing out motherfuckers in this underground cities in the United States from Soul Place that these demons also live. He has a map. All right, I could go through all that. All right, this so far proves a lot that book was telling you. Remember, this is a rabbit hole, though. This is a rabbit hole. This is a rabbit hole, so we ain't done yet. In order for you to get the full picture, you got to see the whole story. All right. Now, yeah, we going there. The Black Moors, they wear the turbans, right? They ain't us, but they look like us. Look at him. Don't he look like one of us? But he ain't. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, bruh. That's a black reptilian. That's just a son. Well, literally, I want to sit down because they got kind of fucked up. They had spirits at first too. And then these fucking reptilians, which they're not even giving you the whole picture, because the Archons invaded fucking the invaded planet Egypt, okay, and then made a Eden on their planet, right? But it was still planet Egypt, and then he fucking their race didn't have any females. It was an all male race of black men, and they were spiritual at the time. At the time they was. And he invaded the planet. They have a whole story about this. They tell the story too, man. And if you look in the Moor Bible, the Mormon Bible, it tells the story. All right, but it gives you clues, a whole bunch of clues. All right, but here we go. To get back to what I was saying now, they nuked their planet. They raised the babies after all the adults and teenagers were dead. They collected them, the same like they did here. They do this everywhere they go. And they told these little babies when they start become 3-4 years old, I's your pappy, I's your daddy, I's your God, I am the L word, and you serve me now. And you gonna do this because you my child. You see this? And they named one of them Jesus. You see that? This is where the trick comes in. They named one of them Jesus, right? Which if you actually do it in Hebrew, it means a higher, which is the devil's name, instead of saying higher, which would be the actual person. Higher would be the person, which is your breath of life, would be the person who actually, what's the exact words? Who actually was at 13 years old telling people all this stuff. He was not a leader. He was nobody's God. He never told nobody to serve them. He told them he was just their brother. He did not come from the sky. Well, he's a starseed like us, but he was birthed to a woman, and it took sperm for him to be birthed. And it was not no alien sperm, okay? Now, when it comes to their story, the Black Moor story, their planet got invaded, they got nuked, there was no females on this planet, it was a male race, they were spiritual. He freaking nuked them, took all the children, raised them, and then fashioned a woman out of these motherfuckers, made a female. And then when they got older, put them to sleep, and say, yo, I made this woman out of you, out of your bones, out of your rib. Rib means DNA, if you don't know. Bible gave you a clue. I just give it to you simple. All right. So boom. And this became their God. And that's what's in their book, the King James Version Bible, because they twisted the book to faction the Blackamoor religion. And all you Israelites are doing the Blackamoor religion and don't know it. That's why I said y'all might as well have stayed in church, because y'all doing the same thing, but yet y'all talk about churches. And I'm saying this with love because I love you, bro. I literally love you as a brother you love. Ain't no Diddy around here. I'm just being honest. Let's keep going.
Many have asked, why Abraham? Well, to the Sumerians he was Ibrahim, son of Ter, who, Kahan priest of.
All right. Now, because I know some of y'all going to say, well, that's us. No. Do not claim Isaac, Abraham, Jacob. Don't claim none of those names. All those names is the sons of a devil. This is the Blackamoor lineage. We are not Blackamoors. Religion fucked our people up. They gave you their story and mixed yours in it. Okay?
Of Nippur, Yor, Haran, a landing site called Baalbek, who did the blood flesh offerings to the Anunnaki of Enlil's son Nanner, and Ibrahim made a deal called a covenant in the Bible with the side of the family of Anu's sons, Enlilites Chkiki, Karabu, Cherubim, against Inquiites, Denir, Sepharu, Seraphim. The deal is called a covenant that I spoke about earlier. You see it in Genesis 12, 1-7. You see, the Lord came to him in flesh or appeared to him. And
stop coming to be Israelites, Hebrews, or anything of that faction, because if you do that, you are telling the light, the mama and papa source, the cooler than energy, the God source that makes you God, that is in you, that you not part of them. And what you're doing is you're denying your heritage, and they will lock you out because you are ultimately disowning your own parents, your own spiritual energy parents. Okay? Please understand this. And we don't serve them. They don't look at us as if they are gods. They look at us the same way your mom and daddy do that raised you here, except a lot better with a lot more love and a lot more patience. But don't be stupid. They're not going to tolerate you denying them. They are the darkness. They birth the light. You the light. Pay some respect. Don't get in these, don't pray to them. It is okay for you to say respect to mother and papa, cooler and energy. And I want you to say that because that's telling the truth. And at the same time, you're paying respect to yourself because they right inside you. Stop looking to the stars, bro. Stop looking at that fucking dome, right? That shouldn't been there because the archons and demons put all these domes. They ain't supposed to be there. Those are what they call borders in the Bible. All right? Stop looking at these fake stars they keep tricking you to see because they ain't real. And the real stars, you older than them. You go ahead, you watch this. Let's keep going.
And you see in verse 7 also, Abraham as Abram built for him, an altar, stove, open grill to cook flesh and blood animals which this Lord asked for. The God of Abraham ate flesh, animals and also humans. Look at Quran 51:24-28 and Torah Genesis 18:1-8. Verse 8 says the Lord did eat the flesh, then even asked Abraham for his own son, Isaac, Genesis 22:1-9. Yes, the Lord was going to eat the son of Abraham he gave them in Genesis 18:9-15. Again, the covenant was about.
Now I want you to pay attention to don't forget the story. For Christians, you know the story. You need to stop being Christians, but I know the story too. My dad was a pastor. He's still a pastor, but that's another ballgame. Man, I tell you, boy, I hope he learns the truth before it's too late. All right, listen, man. Okay. The angel, a good guy, right, came and told him, do not give your child to that motherfucking thing. So he didn't. You never seen a scripture where that demon that they calling their God, who ain't there, who really ain't even there, well, he made a covenant with him, so damn, they fucked off. Damn, bro, Moors, y'all fucked up. We can't even help y'all, Moors. Y'all signed the covenant. We didn't sign shit with that motherfucker. Fuck, bro. Damn. Well, hey, I want to tell you, man. Well, some of y'all fucked as people anyway, so some of y'all reptilians anyway, but that's still fucked up. The ones that wasn't probably would have had a chance, but y'all fucked up and signed the fucking paper. Didn't it? Man, y'all didn't listen to us. Nobody listened to. How come nobody listened to us? We was telling the truth the whole time. All this shit because motherfuckers wouldn't listen. Let's keep going. Man, I lost what I was going to say.
About food. Meat made between Abraham and El Shaddai, Genesis 17, 1-5. It was about offering flesh, confirmed in Genesis 18, 1-8, so that's what the covenant really meant. So Abraham made a deal to offer flesh and blood to his Lord God. You read it in Genesis 15:1. That shield.
Your government's offering people on every part of every single city, right? That's in the United States and all over the world. Their government's doing the same thing. People to eat. And they are. That's why a lot of folks go missing, just so you know. They like to pick up bums. They like to pick up homeless people because it's the easiest to, okay? Or folks that be, well, I don't want to say the other part.
Shield, or Hebrew Strong's 4042, Mogan, was the symbol of the 7 stars of the Kamahat, Pleiades star system. The 6-pointed stars with the center star Kolob, making it the symbol of the Jews, Hebrews, Israelites. It was originally a cross, crisscrossed as a mark, Genesis 4:15.
6-point star, the star of Moloch, the star of a fallen devil, the star of the Moloch who was handed that star signal down from the custodians, passed to the blackamoor. You see that? And they said that star's not the demon star. That star is Jacob's star. No, it's not, because even, man, listen, it's not his star, bruh. And if you want to talk about Jacob, the name Jacob stands for Jacob, and Jacob is the fallen mad scientist. Y'all better do some research. And he's not a good guy. Let's keep going. One of our news son. Yeah,
Put on Quanan, who is in Sumerian Qan or Cain, the swastika of Swasti, well-being. It means in Sanskrit of the Dravidians, of India, the original Asiatic black race, the darker East Indians, same deities. So, Quanan, Cain, got the first symbol of the red cross, the cross of blood, a double cross, deception, as he entered the wicked land of Nod, Genesis 4:16, with the giants, fallen Malachim,
double cross as Tamu,
200 fallen Ikiki. Now, what does Nod mean? To flee, cast out, wander, get away, defect, slip. So these were the ones cast out of heaven. Revelation.
Because they defected against us in the higher realm that they can't go to. Okay, call Big Mama's house. Let's hear it now.
12:8-12. Revelation 12:9. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. And in Quran 2:36-38 it states, get down from up there. So you see, Nod was in fact the land of fallen angels, Anakim, cherubims. Cain was marked so they would not eat him. This marking passed down to his seed, now to Abraham's seed, as a protection against being eaten by their gods. They were told to wear the mark, star or cross, also to mark it on their doorpost, as you see in Exodus 12:13.
So the devil gave them their symbol so that they would not eat the blackamoors, because they were serving the devil, and the blackamoors, some reptilians, and they didn't want to eat. The custodians didn't want to eat one of their founded creations by having sex with them and making a woman from one of their men, because on that planet they didn't have men. You see where this is going, y'all? This is just to get you to see that they serve the devil. This gets you to see if you're in religion, it don't matter who you call on. All those guys, devils. They ain't black no more. They ain't got melanin. They devils. Huh? What about, the one that cloaked in deep outer space? They may have melanin because they ain't melanin survive out there, so their body's probably still adapted. But that's another story. We got to fight them too. That's another story, y'all. All right. There was, just so you know, there's some black evil races. But these ones have been turned white and blue and orange and golden and purple and all these other fucked up ass colors they talking about. Oh, we got to turn this color. No, you don't. You turn it any other color besides brown or darker than what you are. Bro, you something else. You've been cut off, fam. You've been cut off, fam. You get that they serve the fallen ones. Okay, I prove my point with that. I'm bringing you down the rabbit hole. We ain't done. Pay attention. This is a long-ass rabbit hole, and I'm trying to make it as quick as I can. And as you see, it's still going to take a while. All right? Let's go with
reason that in the Bible, in the
pause, hold on. Woo! Where's this at, y'all? Somebody give me a Ric Flair out here. Huh? Where in the world is this at? So we showed y'all the map. And this is the real Eden. Oh, you guys like what? Okay. The Eden that we went to. We. Right? Okay. That is near the gates. My people protect the gates. It told you now all the books. We was near the gates. The gates is further back here in the corner. Okay, we'll get to that. I'll show you. All right. And if you look at this, this was when one of the moons crashed into the outer side of the earth, because this whole thing is earth. These walls are going to be taken down. We're taking all it down. It ain't supposed to be there on none of the rims. We're supposed to be able to go free and make sure everybody's doing the right thing. We're supposed to be inspecting shit. Make sure ain't nobody trying to do no tyranny. Make sure ain't nobody sitting up there ain't trying to take over somebody's district that we gave to them. We're not there to talk to nobody. We there to go by and observe. And if everything's cool. We ain't got to fucking be Superman today. We ain't got to be superhero today because ain't nobody fucking with them. Now, if we go to that realm and there's somebody fucking with them, then we bust some motherfucking heads. That was our fucking job. And then bring them to the court and judge that monkey ass. You see, that's how that worked. Why he do this? To stop you from finding out who you are so that you would not get to the point to be judging. But he underestimated how spiritually powerful you are. He thought it was just going to be a physical thing. See, that's what he thought. He thought he could make weapons and overtake you. But we figured out we're going to whoop your ass spiritually. And everything, London Bridge is falling down. The whole world is falling apart. Why? Because we the one doing it. That's why in that fake ass Israel with that reptilian bitch, I'm going to call it what it is, okay, had the nerve to say, oh, it's the motherfucking people in the urban fucking cities. Which urban? Urban means black, right? Call it what it is. That's what they want to say, right? And fucking United States. Oh, hold on. You reptilian chick. How are we the problem? We ain't nowhere in your country. Oh, reptilian chick, you figured out that we figured out, and you fucked. So now you mad? Oh, you mad? You mad now? You mad? Be mad then, bro, and get happy in the same shoes that you got mad in, because that's what you have to do when you get this punishment. And I can't wait. I can't wait to bang the gavel. I'm foaming at the mouth to bang the gavel on you, evil ass motherfuckers. I'm telling you straight up. I can't wait. I won't be happy until it happens. I'm telling you, I'm gonna shine that son of a bitch up sideways. Whoa, okay, let's keep going. All right, now, right? Edom, the real Edom. But they told you Edom was over here, the fake Edom. They made two fake Edoms. The planet of the clones, we showed you that. They called that Edom. They brought them over here when they raped the white folks, because it wasn't called Edom at first, but they raped the white folks over there because that was their area. And after they raped them and pillaged them, yeah, the ones that had spirits, they fucked them. Where do you think they got it from? Probably nuked them too, for all we know, because they do the same shit every place they go. Put an ice wall around their shit, made them prisoners, probably killed all the adults so they lost their knowledge, and then raised their babies and taught them nothing but lies, and deceived them, and then brought them over here with the black and Moors to fight us. Yo, all you got to do at this point is make it make sense, bro. He do the same shit all the time where he go. They got the same boat. This makes so much fucking sense, man. All right, but the real Eden is on the outer gates. This whole walk area is from the moon that hit from another area, and when they hit into because there's a lot of districts that ain't supposed to have no walls. That's right next to this whole district. All right, y'all. There ain't supposed to be no walls nowhere. All right, now. And now this is the whole plateau of a lot of different areas of districts. That's what Earth really is. They shouldn't have did what they did. All right. But we call districts different names and shit. That's why they was called District 9, all that shit they showed you in the movies. All right. Now, oh boy, man. Oof. All right. Let's keep going, man. All right. Let's go. Okay. All right. So the hobbits, the white hobbits and black hobbits before us, who escaped the first reset that they tried to do on them, they escaped with the help of the Amicans, not to be confused with the Anunnaki. The Amicans are black and white, okay? These are the Amicans of the group that decided, whoa, shit, this motherfucker's here. We can't follow him. Let's go back to the light side. because this evil motherfucker tried to trick us, and now we know it. They get what they have gotten is a consolation. They're not going. They can never go to the gates again. They never can go to the gates again. But they constantly fight against the Anunnaki. They have constantly fought diligently with other groups who have defected from the bad side against the custodians and have lost big numbers a lot of times, and not too long ago have been defeating them with the alliance that was made, because the old alliance is no longer. There's a new alliance. We'll get, because there was a lot of fucking grimy shit going on, y'all. This shit goes so deep. This is a one fucked up, crazy, man. All the fucking here's the fuck. See, every single galaxy is involved with this war. That's what people don't understand. Every single galaxy is involved with this war, bro. This is the biggest war ever that's gonna happen, and that has happened, that we're about to finish. Okay, that's ever happened for the first time throughout the galaxy, and it was going on for almost the very beginning of time, which is a long time, y'all. And we're about to finish it. All right. So they told you Eden was the inside, but yet it's on the outside near the gates. Once you get past here, and they will see the island of the big land of the island of where that moon hit further up. Once I show you, but you're gonna see that this and the Eden is near the doorway of the unknown, that they like to say. This we don't call it the unknown. He gonna tell you the name, Asgard. The celestial lands is the door behind here. As guardians, as you are guardians, you guard the gates. You are the guardians, the soldiers, the troops, the judges. You know what I'm saying? You all that shit, man. The bounty hunters to bring evil, the superheroes to fight the crime when they trying to take over planets and enslave people, because you got a lot of evil fucking things out there, and there are some that are black out there that are evil. It ain't just white, blue, purple, and orange and gold and all that shit you got to take down. You got a lot. We got work to do, y'all. We got a lot of evil motherfuckers after we finish here. We got to go through all the galaxies and fight. This whole RAM is finally being free, and this is the last stitches I'll be free on this RAM. When we get this RAM under control and get all these RAMs under control that's on this plateau, we got to travel through all the other plateaus and defeat with our weapons and everything, because we got technology and we got some abilities. We're going to destroy these evil motherfuckers off of every other galaxy. Those are our mansions. That's our houses, bro. That's our plateau. That's our planet. And remind you, these planets are alive because we put spirits in them. We got work to do. Everybody all happy like the shit's over. Nigga, this shit ain't over yet.
Of the Thousand World Sea are actually the scattered remains of the asteroids that came with it. Hence why it is so far going, and like starts all the way up here and ends here. If you actually take this area and compare it to here, we're talking about the size from like Australia all the way to South Africa, like this amount. So it's not irrelevant.
Just to make sure, they made a fake God of Eden, not over just on the planet of clones. After they brought them over here and raped them and did all that shit to them, they did. And these motherfuckers are fucked and put a wall up on their shit too, because we showed y'all they got a wall on there. But they also, oh man, before I forget, dag nabbit. Hold on, because it was just coming to me. I almost forgot to tell you. Hold on.
You actually take this area and compare it to.
That's right. Okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that what they call in the Middle East. In the Middle East, they made a fake Garden of Eden, and they put a lot of their fallen demons to protect it, because we was already on the earth. It told you that. And the good giants was on the earth too, as well as the bad ones who was fighting them, who was in the middle of a war when the fake Garden of Eden was made, when they made their other man that they thought could whoop our ass. All right? This is what they did. They made fucking... They fucking turned it into a clone war, except we didn't have no clones on our side because we don't fuck with clones. But they brought a clone war to our front doors, what they did. That's the only way I can really tell you, man. I'm sorry. That's what they did. For those who are hurt, I'm sorry. Yes, some of the people do have souls, which is really a spirit. But for the majority of the outside nations, no, they don't. But listen, the cards are going to fall where they may. People are going to choose good or evil. So I'm not going to sit there and be so harsh on the outside nations. However, they will not go inside the gates. They will enjoy being on the open lands, which will have no walls, and it will be to their own districts, not to leave their district, although they will have no walls stopping them from leaving the district like it was before. This way, the spirit can roam all over, and we can keep on enlightening them, because our job, we're going to have to teach everybody, too. That's the other thing. Okay, some people call it reprogramming. We got to teach the people, because they was falling wrong. Okay, we got to bring everybody that we can back to mama and papa. All right, and I'm not religious. This is not religion. Okay, this is just to understand that energy being that's mother and father energy. Lily is an energy ball. We live in it. It is Big Mama's house, Big Papa's house, and it lives in us. And we are tangled, tied, twisted by the hip, by the umbilical cord. Cannot be cut, cannot be severed. None of that shit to forever, because we don't ever die, and it don't ever die. We listen. Eventually, the particle son got to go home, bro. All right, and Pastor, it's shame on you for using that fucking line wrong, because you didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
To here, we're talking about the size from like Australia all the way to South Africa, like this amount. So it's not irrelevant. It's quite big, hence why this was made like this. Next, we're gonna talk about Eden, the primordial garden. So I know a lot of you have been waiting for it. I've been mentioning the fact that this was on this map for a long time. I think at first I mentioned it in the first episode of MO, like I was scouring between the continents. I was just zooming in, zooming out, seeing what was on this map, and I catched an eye on Eden and already saw that must have been something interesting. And I've mentioned it at least in the last 2 episodes that eventually we would get to it. And it's finally time, fellas. It is finally time to talk about Eden, the primordial garden. So, obviously, this is hypothesized to be where the actual thing is. So,
Pause. Around here, see, there's 2 Leviathans. We got a Leviathan that's in the earth. She's getting ready to attack all the bad things and eat up all the things that we're not going to be able to get to. And that's the job that we attach for her. Those who know the storyline behind that, when you know the storyline, hey, just leave her alone, dog. She's doing the job, man. All right. But there's another Leviathan who's a good Leviathan. He's out here. He literally circles around, all around these all waters. These is called the biggest open ocean. They got another name for it, but it's way bigger and it's way more vast. And there's way more bigger animals that roam around freely all around all the lands to keep all of the evil beings out that may want to come here in their spaceship or go past the wall in the spaceship, because they have tried this, and go underwater to be stealth mode to try to attack the gates. A lot of those just were destroyed by these beasts. Okay? And when they did get near it, they discovered there's a lava wall protecting the gate, which is right here. You're going to see this. It's lava. It's lava wall. Literally in the ocean protecting the gate so that they can't go through it. Only we can go through. There's a section you can go through. They tried to go through that section. They could not. They tried to go through the back way. That's the back way. The back way's been cut off. You can't get through there. We have to go through this section, which is open, that they can't throw through there, which is way the fuck down there. He'll show you eventually. Hopefully he shows you on this one.
those that don't know, but I guess everybody should know, but some might not know that Eden is the Garden of Heaven, aka the terrestrial paradise, aka the place where Adam and Eve were made into. And of course, the first.
We'll stop the cap. Eve didn't meet the so-called Adam to 1,000 years later. The Adam that we made was actually a molecule, which we took that to form our bodies, to fashion our bodies and our likeness. In other words, it has to be the form that would be if we actually had a body, because we were spiritual body beings. We had spiritual bodies, electricity bodies. Okay, we didn't have a physical body. All right, if you can understand that. Okay, and the names he's giving you are the wrong names, but that's okay. He doesn't know. He's teaching the best of his ability. He seems to be a teacher that's trying to get the truth out, and he's obviously, this white dude has been doing a good job of destroying religion. So let's give him that. We know that everybody's not bad. Okay, we are not prejudiced. We are not like them. We understand all the do-that's and what punishment and all that have you. For now, let's let the cards fall as they may. All right. There's a reason we've been told to stand down. We had some more learning to do. Let the cards fall as they may. Don't be stupid. Don't trust the outside nations, but freaking don't automatically cast judgment on every single person that's an outside nation that you see, because you may make a mistake. And on top of that, because it might be that one you say that actually might make it. He ain't going to the gates though. He can live on the Roman freelands because we're taking down all the walls, whatever his district is going to be. But he can't leave that district. All right. And we'll check up on them, make sure they all being good, because we need to. That's our job. All right. They're going to be calling you God. This is crazy, bro. I'll put the tail and make it the head, huh? Y'all turned around and try to make us the tail. We about to be the head of all the galaxies, bruh. Oh my goodness. Y'all try to call it revival when it's actually going to be called a homecoming day. And where y'all think they got the name homecoming from? Y'all funny.
First birthplace of humanity, according to the Bible, when humanity was created by God. Adam and Eve were the first two specimens of humanity, and they were put not somewhere,
All right. Again, he's doing the best he can. Chew the meat without the bones. The light came from the darkness. Mother and Papa is the darkness. They birthed you. You had an energy, spiritual birth, okay? Creation. As far as, not really creation, that's actually wrong. And expanding, because when you have a kid, you're expanding your family. So they was expanding. Women would like to say created in the belly. But sorry, nothing happens without Mama and Papa. So you get some credit. We can't give you all the credit, okay? It is what it is. But you do get more credit than we do, because we ain't going through that hell of pain y'all got to go through. Our bodies are not designed that way. Much respect for y'all to go through that shit, because we ain't doing it, all right? And kudos to you for doing it. Shit, I wouldn't be here if y'all didn't want to do it. I'm glad y'all decided y'all wanted to do it. For real, because we've been fucked. We wouldn't have lasted. All right, let's keep going. All right. Let's keep
random on Earth, but they were put in a specific place, aka the Garden of Eden, which was supposed to be the perfect place for humans to live in.
Okay, now he said the God stuff. You understand? You got to spit out the bones. He's doing the best he can. This was a perfect patch of land that was made for us to live, guarded by the good. You see the good Lilith. Not the bad one that's roaming the earth that everybody see on the map that they're getting scared of is going to eat them all. All right? Not that guy. This is a different one. Another big giant animal protecting it. All right? Also near the gates. Also the lava from the back gate, so that he would have to attack the front gate, but you and other troops are waiting at the front gate, so they can't attack that either. Plus the animals will help and jump on them. This is why they've been losing. Plus our technology and our suit abilities, they can't even fuck with. They get destroyed every time they go there. So basically, they decide not to go there. He goes further to say that this is where they told you it's at. What he's telling you is that it's not there. They lied. These are fake. The one in that Middle East, the fake Garden of Eden. That was for the fallen Anunnaki's creations. And then they tried to sick, and they did that because they want you not to look at this Eden. They hid those maps. They didn't want you to see these maps. You see that? Because once you see these maps, you realize that it's outside the walls. It's almost near the gate to the place that they call heaven, although it's the wrong name. And that's where your people go that they can't go. And they mad about it because we're energy beings. We don't have a body in that realm. But they mad about it. And there's plenty of other realms in that realm. But they mad about it. So they had to hide Eden, the real Eden, so that you wouldn't ask any questions. And give you a fake Eden that they showed you right there. No, sorry, where's it at? Right? I gotta go further back. I had it. Y'all just seen I had it. I might have went too far when he circles it. Well, he'll circle it. We all seen a fake one. I had it circled. Well, it was circled. All right, well, so I'm just trying to speed that part up. Okay, let's go. I proved a lot, just a lot from watching from the beginning, and we're not done yet. This is a rabbit hole to take you down, to get you to see and prove the ultimate fact of what they don't want you to know.
For sure. The Son of God. Maybe.
Okay, let's go here. I'm speeding up the story. I'm gonna give you the back take on it.
So he moved on to the next page, which described how at 13. So check this out. Cloth, his face serene. Hold on, this is crazy. So they were afraid to go. He it's glory ring. While the elders with deep cracks open. This is all experimental lands, and these lands are mostly they were managing the ship, but they didn't.
All right, go a little further. Shit. All right, here we go. We're gonna start there. If we want to make sure.
So I did of the Captain Butler, and what happens is Joel and the captain. It's the finally really interesting. And this was written. Their glory shine.
I should have showed you that part, but I'll just go ahead and skip over that part and just tell you about it and go to the rest. So these guys, they were known for selling all over the place, rediscovering places. They were warned not to go by the government. Entities actually came and told them not to go, that they would die, yada, yada, yada. They went anyway. They didn't listen, they went. When they went, they said the waters were pitch black because they were so vast and so deep. And because in those realms, the technology here don't work out there. When the walls are taken down, all the technology they have will not work anymore. Okay? I'll give you a clue. All right. So obviously they didn't know what north, south, east, and was at once they finally got through the other side of the ice wall. And they actually, I believe it's the second ice wall they went past, which the water is a lot more treacherous. But they there's a lot of big giant animals in there and stuff. These guys were confused because they didn't know which part was north, south, east, west, and the equipment wasn't working. And they didn't say it was a sailboat or not, but it had to be one, because otherwise they wouldn't have got out of there. Because they did end up coming back. Well, these things came from under their boat. It was a big ass, huge, giant ship, and they seen it coming up, but it was coming by a very fast speed. It wasn't light speed from the captain's documents, but it was a very fast speed, and the very fast speed would have really fucked up the ship. So he commands them to throw their life jackets on and shit, brace. This is gonna hit, and we not able to walk away fast enough. We about to get fucked up, right? So that's what he's saying to the crew. So the crew, they scrambling, they do what they need to do. They all get buckled down, and then the thing, literally goes through their ship, but doesn't crash into their ship. Almost like it turns like invisible, but not invisible, because they can still see the ship. It's just the ship literally went through their boat, and the boat had no impact. And then, but when the ship lifted above their boat, the captain and his crew, he said, he documented that they found themselves looking down at the boat, and they realized that they were now on the ship. On the ship, they were questioned, and they were showing a whole bunch of things. All right. They were showing a whole bunch of things. They were showing a whole bunch of things with their mind. And then the ship put them back on the boat and left them. They were confused. The captain reports for over 5 to 6 hours. They felt like they was confused, but it ended up being weeks. And the people that they worked for was trying to get in touch with them, and none of them was responding. From the captain's report, everybody was walking around on the ship, confused days and not sure where they were supposed to be going. All right. When they finally realized what was going on, they made their way back, and that was their report. But before they went back, the spirit came to them. And this is where things get funny. They don't describe the spirit, but the spirit came to them. And the spirit says to them, do not listen to the walls. Those ice walls are full of lies. The Anunnaki giant did that to keep people in there as a prison. They are trying to separate me from everybody that I live in. Huh? They trying to stop the star seeds from going back home. When the Protestant son, although I probably shouldn't say Protestant because it's probably bad, got to come back home. And that was the end of his story. That's what he reported, and then the government got rid of him soon after because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So they whacked him. All right? This wasn't that long ago.
Shines even now from afar, when they walked among us like shepherds among their flock, guardians of wisdom, faithful sentinels of the mysteries of the ether.
All right, so he's talking about the good ones, not the bad ones, not the Anunnaki. He's talking about the Anakin, who always fought against the Anunnaki and decided they didn't want to take his side. But he took 2/3 or a third. I think it was 1/3. He didn't take everybody at the time. So, but these are the ones, the giants that was on earth with us, who came from the same place, who decided they wanted to be good and work with us, and they did. When the Anunnaki came, they fought back against them mighty hard. And they took lots of casualties. We all took they almost wiped out the human race and almost wiped us out too. But they kept our kids, the Anakins, and the freaking some of the white and black people, and who else? And the hobbits, they escaped during that battle. All right. The Anakins are not to be confused with the Anunnaki. It's a whole different race. All right. All right. These things decided to work with us because they knew what we are, know what we were. They were sharing knowledge with us, letting us know that we are. And this is why we're getting along with them, because they looked up to us as superior beings, although we treated everybody as equals. And because the way we were, they looked up to us because we exerted pure love. And that's the thing they loved about it, because it reminded of them when they was at Big Mama's house. This is getting big, y'all, because this is a family affair. I hate to say it. Some of you don't want to admit it, but it's true. But it's deeper than what these books are telling you. It was deeper than even what the Sumerian text is telling you.
Great is the fruit of love and community, that invisible force sustaining the pillars of crystalline towers. Granting
And they weren't the Nephilim either. Just so you know, do not confuse it with the Nephilim. That's a whole nother ball game.
to the works of man and giants alike, defying all mortal comprehension, making us part of this priceless freedom. And that was supposed to be a vibe from before, the flood and all that. And then it goes to this one.
Before the flood, before the ice wall, before the first attack. Okay? They had to escape. This place was a paradise. This before we was here. So when they attacked it before, they escaped. This is why the devil left. And when he left, all right, and we got here, he came back and nuked us and took our babies and raised them and told them that he their pappy and taught them religion. And then all our ancestors believed the bullshit. And this is why most of your family still believe in that shit. Okay? Because they were constantly reteaching a lie to us. Now they trying to reintroduce a lie by trying to show you the pyramids and stuff and claim that God made it when the Anunnaki demons put that there. And now, since we know and told y'all, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the first one. Now they're trying to open up the portal that's under the pyramids in Egypt. You Egyptians down there, if you're smart, you better not let these white governmental people or followers open up that portal. I'm telling you, you'll regret doing it. You'll regret letting it happen.
This one's really cool too. And on stormy nights, when the skies roared like trumpets of judgment, lightning rose like dancing luminaries, waving fiery paths that fed the crown crystals of the towers. So the crown crystals of the towers, right? All these theories people have, all this stuff that you see on the internet about Tartarians and infinite electricity free electricity, wireless electricity.
Tartaria was not just our people of black giants, but white people of giants who were all spiritual and was working together. Also, us who were 7 feet or taller, white and black, working together. This was a place to this planet, this plot was a place to go to after the war. It was supposed to be a safe haven. To be dead honest, you. That's why past the walls is still a safe haven. The devil can't defeat them over there. Nor can the devil go near the gate because he'll get destroyed with his army. So they won't attempt it. This is why they keep on trying to keep it under control in what you call Middle Earth, because that's where we at. If you didn't know, stop claiming you are the Atlanteans because you're wrong. That's where you're also fucking up. If you look up Asgard, those are Asgardians because we are the guardians. We guard the gates. My people guard the gates. It told you that. They've been lying to you all along, bro. Look it up. And it goes deeper than just color, which I'm surprised about. It's about, did you come from mama and papa or did you not? Yes. Do you have a higher rank? If you have, the more melanin you got, the higher rank you got. I'm just letting you know that. Okay? That's how we tell the difference. The more melanin you got, the higher your rank is. And also the more knowledge, okay, separates you, okay, giving you a higher rank. These are things y'all need to know. They would call them elders, but we're not going to use that word only because what they turned it into is not respectful. I respect anybody who's older than me, but I respect a man who knows more than me. All right? And I respect a friend because I respect all our people and we're supposed to. It's only right. All right. We're going to skip a little further.
Electricity. Well, he tells you the truth, right? I mean, he tells you what it is right here. They were actually.
And we had towers with crystals on it. I told you we had crystal towers. We didn't have pyramids. The pyramids were put there by the fallen ones, the Anunnaki and the Dracos and the custodians, which they don't deserve that fucking name. They probably gave themselves that title when they shouldn't even have that title.
Actual crystals at the top of these towers, massive crystals. And it says, on the stormy nights, when the skies roared like trumpets of judgment, lightning rose like dancing luminaries, weaving fiery paths that fed the crown crystals of the towers. The lights descended upon the streets pearled with rain, and the inhabitants, moved by reverent wonder, emerged from their dwellings to wait.
All right, check this. Lord of the Rings, they gave you those 2 towers. They made them see evil and put the devil's eye in it. There was no devil's eye in those towers. They were crystal towers. The fire went to back and forth, and there was no demon eye shaped, and it was not used for evil. They demonized it. Now you know why they sold you.
Witness the eternal covenant. It was a divine concert, the created and the eternal. Oh, glory of creation, seeking in the ethereal skies what lies so close. A testament to the alliance between earth and the heavens that no profane hand could shatter. In the lands of Tartary, energy is not a slave, nor a servile, but an ally and a guide. And the skies, far from being oppressive walls, were open portals to the mysteries of eternity.
So in other words, mama and papa never claimed to be your God and never wanted you to serve them. They know who they are. They only wanted you to grow spiritually so you can take over the throne. That's your inheritance. So you can supervise the whole plateau and all the universes to keep all evil from taking people's planets over and making them slaves. Simply put, we were the ones that made sure nobody went to another planet and terrorized it and terrorized the people. We stopped people from terrorizing the other people because there's bad guys and the good side. There's good guys. Star Wars was all about the war between us and the Archons. All right?
To the oceans above, watching over our growth. Crazy stuff, man. I thought those were awesome little excerpts. Those are just so cool because it's an actual
So
look.
in other words, they were portals. How we know? We was going through the portals. Who's we gonna go see? Our spiritual family. That means we were close to having our bodies being immortal. Bro, you see what's going on? And we were sitting there. Who else were we visiting? Mom and Pop. Oh shit, because as long as we were straight, the doors would open. Ain't that something? Huh? And you come right back over here, right on, well, not in this part section, but where we was at, near the gates, and then chill out there and just be chilling and shit. Guarding the gates, kicking your feet up, eating all the big ass fruit that's bigger than your body. That'll last you a whole month, take you to finish it. Huh? We were chilling, boy. Chilling like a villain, except he wasn't a villain. Huh? We were maxing and relaxing. That's what we was doing. Until old Tuna-Roni don't fuck shit up.
Look into the times, right? It's an actual look into the actual times of possible Tartary, for sure. And then it's another one. God, I missed these ones.
We're gonna speed it up.
He goes and he opens the door, and it's his captain with his cut, and he's on this table, gone. Somebody like totally took him out, and he's like, there's like stuff on the floor, like all kinds of like.
That's when they killed the captain for talking too much. We're gonna speed it up. I told you about that already.
He saw this guy going out in cuffs, and he never figured out why the guy did it or what.
They arrested a lot of his crew because they was talking out too. That's the part I left out.
What he saw defied understanding. Haya was conversating with something floating in the air.
Okay, too far. Let's go. Hold on. Listen to this.
As they did. He was
This right here, this energy ball that roams freely on the other side of the wall and through all the rest of the districts, roams freely, checking up on everybody, right? All his creations, all his spiritual star seeds, the good ones, because only good can be out there. We keep the evil ones are not allowed, and the evil ones are doing. It is what it is. All right. So it's this mama and papa, all right, energy that is in you tells this 13-year-old boy that it is in us and that we are part of it. That basically that we are God and this God, and we are female, male energy, what makes the ultimate weapon, and that we are tangled, mingled, tied to, cannot be cut off, cannot be broken from, cannot be taken from. In other words, his children have its children, because it's not a he or she, it's his female, male energy, Kundalini energy. Stop saying man is God and woman is God. Stop doing that. It doesn't have a physical body, and you don't have a physical body in that realm. We are literally energy beings formed of a body that's pure energy, bro, with no skin, no fucking body parts. It's just fucking, it's like taking an image of you and just make it all electricity. That's what you look like. Except you're just electricity. You literally are just fucking unadulterated pure energy that nobody can fuck with, bro. So you got to stop. We got to stop with this religious shit. What's going on? Oh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna keep going. All right. Now pay attention.
He was always contemplative. He spent long hours gazing at the sky or alone in his room, distant from the world. The monks often overheard him speaking to himself. According to subsequent translations, this was far from ordinary. One curious monk one day decided to spy on Haya. One night. One curious monk.
This when the monk sees him talking to the electricity ball in that particular realm, not past the gates, but passing on the walls and this like hall area. And it's telling this little boy, because they was all went past the wall to try to figure out things. So the monks knew that religion's a lie. These were black monks at the time. All right. And while they looking for the truth, this energy ball that lives in him and lives in all of us, and that has many sons, many starseed daughters, huh? That's right. is telling him, you ain't supposed to be serving nothing. I'm gonna let y'all hear it, right? We supposed to be looking from the inside. That's where we'll find everything. That mama and papa, cooler the energy, female energy is literally in you. And you are part of the family. That you supposed to be coming back for your heritage. That the gates will open for you once y'all wake up. That once you figure out who you really are and that you are the sons and daughters, we ain't gonna use the pagan word they use, but you get what I'm saying. Once you figure that out and that makes you God, well, I just damn it said the word anyway. We didn't use that word, but you know what I mean, okay? Then, only then will you be able to walk through those gates. When you start acting and living like as if you are because you are, and you start holding your head up high and start dealing with each other and taking care of each other because you literally are his sons and daughters and you supposed to be coming back for your thrones with an S. I had a dream a long time ago, bro. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell the dream. In the dream, right, I was in my bed. I actually didn't know I was sleeping, but I was in my bed. And I wasn't even in my bed. Correction. I was in the world at the time. I didn't know shit, and I was in somebody else's bed. Long time ago. Anyhow, somebody I was visiting, long story. Well, when I spent the night, went to church day before, spent that night, long time ago, way before I was married. I think I was still young. I was so young. For those who don't know what I'm saying, I used to live in Boston, and I went all the way from Boston to was it Randolph on a bus. That's how young I was. I didn't have a license. And I go see this girl. We go to church. I didn't know shit. And fucking one night I spent that at her house in the bed with her. You know, you guys aren't stupid. All right, figure it out. All right. And that night I had a dream. All the planets was aligning. And a voice said to me in my dream that if you teach, I'll give you all this. It was showing me a district. I didn't know that we were the judges. I didn't know we were the overseers. Okay. I didn't know we were guardians. I didn't know that we were literally the sons and daughters, starseeds of the thing they were looking for, but didn't know it was in us and so much a part of us that it literally is us. And it at the same motherfucking time. And it lives out there and is in us. And when we go home, we live in it. And then we still see it and see our family in it at Big Mama's house, a place they can't go. It told that boy that everything else is waiting on us. We got all the power. It was waiting on us to figure this shit out. It came, all right. It told the young boy all this stuff, and it roams free in that realm still. All those past those walls, it roams free. Okay. All right. Now, this young boy who's at 13, they called him Jesus. That's the wrong name. The name is Haya. He also said he is not God. He also said nobody should be serving him. We got the writings. Okay, the scrolls, the lost scrolls of Haya. He said that we all should be looking from the inside. And when we look from the inside, everything is possible. They changed the scriptures around a little bit, switched it up some, so that we wouldn't realize that we are and that we are in our bodies and that we are a part of something greater than they could ever explain. The stuff we're explaining right now, 99.99.9 of them can never understand or comprehend. This is a fact. And we know why. I just don't want to say why, because, again, we're not prejudiced. We're going to let the cards fall where they fall. Who gets judged gets judged. Okay? Because we're going to judge, but we're not going to have court without due process. When we have court, we're going to have full process. We're not going to do like them. And when they get their judgment, they're going to know and understand that they got just what they deserve. We're not going to do like them. We don't just throw folks in jail, give them the punishment without no reason and throw away the key. That's not how we do things. They're going to know every single tiny incy detail of everything they did wrong, everywhere they did wrong, and how they did it wrong, who they did it with, who they had deals with, and why they did it. Oh, yeah.
Decided to spy on Haya one night when he was just 8 years old. What he saw defied understanding. Haya was conversating with something floating in the air. A luminous blue sphere that constantly shifted its hue, small yet intense, vibrating with an energy the monk couldn't comprehend. In the dim light, the monk saw the child sitting on the floor, and before him a sphere that seemed to contain very heavens within. "What are you?" asked Haya, and the sphere appeared to respond. "I am the key that opens the doors of understanding, the guardian of what was and what will be. And you, Haya, are the bridge between this world." And the translation abruptly ended there, as if the translator or translators.
Now, the name Haya is the same breath you breathe every day. When you breathe it out, you're saying, because we're all, okay, all my children bear his name. All of us, when we breathe in and out, we're saying the name Haya. So don't go saying the name like the Israelites do. There's no reason you should be doing it. You just should know who this guy was. He was a teacher, and there was many before him that did the same thing. Okay? He was not born without sex. He was not born without semen. Just, okay? He was not born without somebody doing it. Now, all that bullshit, don't believe that mess. If you look at a max consumption, that means that you and a man, woman has sex. That's what it means.
Had been
Pastors, stop teaching wrong.
unable or unwilling to decipher the remaining words. Could you imagine? I mean, could you imagine it? You open the door, and this kid that got dropped off on a stormy night is talking to a floating orb, and the orb is responding. "I am the key that opens the doors of understanding, the guardian of what was and will be. And you, Haya, are the bridge between this world and mine." Wow, dude. That shit just, it moved me, bro. It moved me. Like, it just moved me, bro. So he moved on to the next page, which described how
when he says bridge, he means you're going to be the martyr, but you're not going to die. You're going to be the guy that comes and you're going to go past the ice wall, not by yourself. There was more than one at the same time. All right, that went. At the time, well, before him, there were more dangerous ones too that went. But at the time, he was the most enlightened one. He was just an ascended master because he got taught to be an ascended master until the age of 20-something years old, okay? By who? The thing that is in us. Mom and daddy cooling the energy, what makes up you, the light. The son of what they call God and daughter of God, the star seed, except we don't use the G word because it's pagan. I'm making some for those who don't understand or may not know. And again, if you have not seen the full video, when it shows sometime tomorrow, make sure you watch it from the very beginning. I'm taking everybody down a long ass rabbit hole so you can get the full understanding of what's really going on.
at 13, so check this out. At 13, Haya began to speak publicly. His speeches were deeply spiritual, but never mentioned deities. No God.
What's the difference? The Catholic Church taught the one that was in this realm, who they stole from our people, how to teach Christianity, and was amazed he taught it better than them. Now, what they don't tell you is that the Catholic Church and all the other religions and the devil himself were outraged when this 13-year-old boy started teaching, because everything he said was opposite of what they said. You see that? Because they're liars. They're the synagogue of Satan. They're the preachers of Satan. And what he was bringing was truth, doing the same thing that me and others are doing. The same thing others did before in the past when they was locking our brothers up, who was bringing the truth and killing them. Okay? They've been doing this from the beginning of the war, because it's a spiritual war that is going to get physical. But they don't want to get physical because they can't take you with your abilities. That's why they try to get you go out there on the 5th, so they could take you out before your abilities, before you get your abilities or all your abilities, And they have the Democrat Party having some troopers going around tearing up Tesla sites and destroying Tesla cars so they can try to blame it on black folks. But the black folks ain't going to be out there.
Not. Instead, they focused on the connection between the human soul and the force that he referred to as the source. The translated words carried an indecipherable power, resonating deeply. Seek not the truth in the skies they have shown you.
Okay, now it identified itself as a source. I told you this. The source is where you come from. Every spirit, even though you are energy, has to come from energy. And the darkness, right? The light came from the darkness. In other words, the energy expanded itself and made light. You are the light. You're the spiritual light. You're the direct image of it. Two peas in the pot. You were the same. You twins. In a weird way. We all twins in a weird way. Spiritually, to be honest with you. But it's true.
For these are veils. So seek not the truth in the skies they have shown you. For these are veils that conceal the true light. The source dwells within you, waiting to be found. And the path to it has no leaders nor lords. So he's saying there's nobody rules over the source. The source is
the path to the truth has no leaders. There's no gods before you. There's no lords before you. There's nobody leading you. There's no prophets. There's no kings leading you. There's none of that leading you. It's up to you. This white dude is doing the best he can. And because the source is in you and you are part of the source, and that is mama and papa, and you are the son and daughters of the star seed family, well, hell, you a shoo-in. You a shoo-in, bruh. Shit. All you got to do is wake the fuck up and look on the inside. And then you get your answers. And then you abide by the answers you get. All you got to do is do research and find out what you heard, is it true or not? Everything was showing you. Please do the research. I want you to. Because you're going to find out how serious this thing is. All right? That's what you're going to find out.
itself, its own divine energy.
And that source that is in you, that is a part of your own divine energy, that means you are a divine energy. You are a God. Except we're not using the G word. It's pagan. I'm just saying it for folks who don't understand. Okay? You are an ultimate creative being. And not only that, you got a responsibility because you're supposed to be one of the guardians. And your job and seats are waiting for you. You overseers, kings and queens of different parts of universes. Well, how come you ain't in your seat? You didn't take your throne, bruh. You didn't take your throne, ma'am. You want to know why? Because they tricked you. They nuked the planet, killed off all the adults, the teenagers and everything, and took our children and raised them and said, I's the pappy, and here's your book. You abide by these laws and this, and you're going to be straight, and you can only make it through me. And you are nothing, and that's it. And I got a different son. He's my only real son. His name's Jesus. And we want you to go to church every Sunday, give the pastor all your monies that you work hard for 40 hours a week, all right, which means you ain't taking your wife for no dates. Y'all whole thing's going to be church 3 times a week. And don't forget about night service. And y'all going to come to that church, and I got you trained to praise him. And by praising this thing that I cloned on the ship and the incubator, cloned them out of animals and a drop of his blood, and told you, now you serve him. And then took your place, trying to judge you when you're supposed to be judging him. Not just him, but all the universes. Didn't they tell you the devil fights hard to take your place? But he's smiling in your face. They put that in one of the worldly songs, huh?
Only
you do.
love and the awakening of the Spirit will guide you. As I turned the page, I found a section detailing the custodian's efforts to stop him. Haya had begun to gain following, and his message, urging humanity to break free from the chains of manipulation, was seen as a threat. He was arrested at the age of 19 after returning from a mysterious journey, some referred to as the voyage to distant lands. He was taken to an unknown location, but according to text,
So, Haya, who was just a regular guy like me, and all the rest of folks who teach you, ended up becoming an ascended master. In other words, he found out all the secrets. The book tells you it's a privilege to figure out all the secrets, right? He was not a leader. He was not a god. He told us not to serve him. He said he was our brother. Many others said the same thing before him. We saying the same thing now. Look from the inside. That was his message. Break from the chains, free your mind from the chains of slavery, of servitude, of you giving your power away, falling on your knees, going to church, giving you all your money, which is energy, so that they can use your energy and take your power and use it against you and keep you deceived, sleep, so that you don't know what you are, which is a very bad thing not to know what you are, because you're not human. This is a human experience, but you ain't human. For sure. And our bodies ain't designed like the humans. That's why we're more athletic and everything than them. It's very telling. Okay, it's very telling. You should know who you are. We are not black or Moors. We are not Hebrew Israelites. We are not Hebrews. We are not no religion. We are star seeds. We are the seeds. We are the seeds, the energy seeds, the spirit seeds of the ultimate energy that is literally in all of us, our people, combined together with male, female, cooler energy, what makes our spirit, what makes you, keeping you connected and bind by the hip to that energy, making you what they call God. All they want to do is take your place, and this was the message that Haya was teaching everybody. His name wasn't Jesus. He was not to be served, not to be looked up to. I'm not to be served. I'm not to be looked up to. I ain't fucking perfect. I got issues. I work through my issues. I improve myself. I work at it day like the rest of you. He did the same thing at the age of 13 until he got 30-something years old. They told him he died on a cross. No. Let me tell you something. The liar never rose. It tells you that in your King James Version Bible. I proved it from the Battle of Antony, when the Roman soldiers was fighting the battle, and their biggest king, who was a giant, got caught, got killed. And I hate the fact that he had my name. His name was Anthony. Big old white dude. He wasn't the first one they fashioned up and dressed up and raised up and claimed that he was the guy who was gonna rise from the dead. They did that many times, and none of those deceivers rose from the dead. Haya, he never died. He went to the celestial lands because he has achieved. At that point, at the age of 30-something, he had achieved the ultimate ascended master, and he knew the gates would open. So he brought his ass home to Big Mama's house. And the writings that they don't want you to see, they say he disappeared without a trace, and nobody really knows where he went. They know where he went. They can't go where he went, because every time the archons and all the biggest demons go there, they get destroyed. So don't even go there no more. Don't even go past the ice walls no more, because the last time they went there, they got wiped down. This the last, and the inner earth, Middle Earth, I should say, is the last spot. As far as this plateau, we got to clean out these vermins. This is a real war. That's why I was telling y'all a long time ago, this is going to be a grown man's game. And a lot of you females think you don't need a man. You're going to regret not having a man on that day. Just know this. Everybody need each other. Without each other, listen, divided we fall, but together we stand.
Even from his cell, he continued to speak with those who managed to visit him until he vanished. The narrative became more fragmented. Some pages were missing, and others were written in a language that hadn't been translated. Annotations in the margins indicated that the context was too complex to decipher with resources available. The last translated page spoke of his disappearance. One night, guards found his cell empty. Some believe he had been executed, while others claim that he had heard him say he would return across the walls to reconnect with the celestial lands. His disappearance became a myth, a legend whispered among those who had heard him speak. Some even claimed to have him afterwards. But why had these texts been hidden from humanity? I carefully returned the pages to the folder, fully aware that what I had just read was only a fraction of the story. Key pieces were missing, pages that might hold answers to questions I had yet to formulate. One thing, however, was clear. Haya was not merely a man. His life and message were a direct challenge to the system.
Now, he doesn't know any better, so he's going to try to paint him out to be the only son of God, which is a mistake. He don't know no better. Remember, that ball, that light told him that he wasn't his God. He told him that it's in you. It told him that it's a mother and papa energy. It said that we are the sons and daughters of God. Okay, except that they use a G word. It told him that we got to look from within. In other words, we got to help ourselves. It told him when we look in, everything will collapse. When we get serious about wanting to know about ourselves, then it will show itself to us inside ourselves. And once we learn that we and it is combined, we are one, and that means it is us and we is it, and we are each other, we are a collective like I've been telling you, only then will this fucking, what they call that thing, dome will fall apart. That's what they're talking about, roll back the scrolls. We're going to make that thing collapse. Open up. When it opens up, the portals open up. Where all the rest of our good guys is at. We're going to jump these motherfuckers. With all the weapons and all our abilities and a team of help. And maybe some allies since they settled to take the consolation punishment instead of the ultimate punishment. Some, very few though. I'm not telling y'all to be stupid.
That kept
let the cards fall where it may.
Us imprisoned, not only within our lands, but within our minds. I turned off the lamp and lay in bed, reflecting on the documents and Haya's words which lingered in my mind. The source dwells within you. Could it be true? Was Haya a figure from the past showing us the path to the future or enlightenment? Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like?
The source is in you. And that thing said, hi, I'm the source, but I'm in you. I'm not your God. I'm not your leader. I'm mom and papa. You starseed. You my son. You my daughter. You got the power. When you look from inside and you get serious about finding out about you, discovering you again, and realizing who you are, what you are, connected to me, that can never be severed, torn apart, or taken away, or separated, even though the Archons tried their best, but it'll never happen. That's the minute the Archons lose all power and all control over this system, just like we spiritually and physically fought them in all the other systems to make them lose power on this big plateau, beyond all the ice walls and all the districts and all their ice walls that we're going to take down. Because our kingdom is going to be rams upon rams, districts upon districts, with no walls, with no borders, no ice walls. The ice walls is what is called borders in the Bible. The lands is the planets. Those are districts. Okay? We got work to do Because after we finally get this thing cleaned up and we back on top spiritually and physically, we got traveling to do. We got cleanup work to do. All right? Now, they tried to go kill this boy. He lived way past 30, and this boy who turned into a man when he came back at 30-something years old, they won't tell you about that. And he taught the same lesson. The source is in you. You are part of the source. You and the source are one and the same. The source in you is mom and papa energy. Mom and papa live in you. You are the sons and daughters of the source. They gave you all power. They waiting for you to come take your thrones. They waiting for you to handle your responsibilities. By about now, they're saying, what the fuck? They're not saying the F word, but they're like, man, what the hell? These guys, we don't put all ourselves in them. We're not supposed to get involved because, you know, that's the law, universal law. We can't get involved. But we gave them way more than enough to beat all everybody's butt at the same damn time, What's going on? What's taking them so long? And now we snapped out of it. Now everybody's watching. All the universes all over is watching, waiting to see us put the smack down on the Rudy Poos. With that said, if you still believe that you're created, because you were not, if you believe that you wasn't there from the beginning, because you was, darkness came, the darkness made the light. The darkness actually not made the light. It says the light came from the darkness. It didn't claim to make us. It said we came from it. All right? It expanded. It birthed you. You the son and daughter. Right? And if you really believe that there's a sky daddy when it's just energy and you're just energy, you are a pure adulterated energy being more powerful than anything ever in the history of anything. Period. And the bus starts with you, us as a collective, and everybody has to answer to us as a collective, and they have no choice because all knees will bow. And when all knees bow after the rest of them who chooses the bad side is flat on their face, that's when they gonna know we are God. Peace and love. I love all of you. I could have kept going. I want to cut it because I know I probably had you up here for a long time. I ain't kidding. Over 2 hours. Yeah, it's time to get off this thing. It's been 2 hours, 12 minutes, and we still going. Yeah. So if I'd have kept going, this would have been a 3-hour lesson. So peace and love, y'all. I had the thing up there. Matter of fact, before I do that, if you look at the top on the comments, because I did say I was going to do that. So if I don't do that, I'll be a liar. So let me do that so I don't be a liar. And you want to come on here, you ain't got to show your face. There's a button where you can hit puts to hide your face. You can. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes. And if you want to come up here on screen and hide your face by pushing the button, peace and love, Keith. All right, then you can ask any questions. So before I go ahead and end this, does anybody want to come up here and have any questions? And if not any questions, do you want to say anything about the fifth at all? If you do, say yes, and then go to the top of the screen. You can jump on real quick. If you don't, then it's all good, and I'll go ahead and get my tail off the screen, and I'll end the show.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I see you. I see it up there.
I didn't say anything about me.
So, nobody? Okay. Nobody said yes. So, I guess nobody wants to say anything. So, peace and love then. I guess my job is done for today. Remember, y'all, peace, love, light, honesty, truth, unity, all right, togetherness, one for all for one. Together we stand, divided we fall. You are me, I'm you. I taught the lesson, but in the sense that you're me and I'm you, you also taught this lesson. The only difference is you were just on the other side, watching another one of you, all right? But peace and love, and I sincerely hope you're not going to believe religion, a sky daddy, anything, because the Great Light also said that if you believe, and that's in the writing, matter of fact, I'm going to show that video another time, because I was going to do that video, but I cut it short. So I'll show that video next Sunday. And you're going to see. I read it to you already, but you're going to see, because that's when they was fucking with us on the video. They got mad. We was actually showing all that. But the source lets you know that if you refuse to clean your inheritance, you refuse to collect your throne, you refuse to look for an end, you refuse to go back to the celestial lands so that you can make sure everything is not being invaded and clean up the mess that was started. All right. To free all the rest of the plateaus, because it's the last spot on this plateau, literally the middle part of it, to get cleaned up from these vermins on the inside and outside of the earth. If you don't want to take on your job, your position, you don't want to inherit everything that you're supposed to inherit, and you are satisfied with the devil taking your place, then by all means, keep believing in religion. But if you don't want to believe in religion, and you want to really just get to the bottom line truth, the cold hard facts, and stop believing in the sky daddy, understand that everything's spiritual, and spirit means energy. The word spirit means energy. Ain't that something? You an energy being that came from darkness, which is an energy being, and you the light. You the same that got sent across the earth and every place else to make it, because you made Earth. You made all these planets. But you also are the one, the Protestant child, the child that has to return home to the celestial lands, past the gates where they can't go, because your throne and your kingdoms are waiting. And you will treat everybody equally and oversee all the places are treated equally, everybody a fair shake, nobody getting more than the other. But if you're not down for that, and you like poverty, you like these games, you like the same script, you like worldliness, you like all that mess, then hey, stick with it, bruh. It's on you. Shit. Because if you love it, they like it. And if you like it, then you make sure that if you're going to do the crime, you can do the time. Because we're going to be judging. Please don't get caught up in that judgment. Peace and love.